Today is November the 6th, 2018. My name is Tanya Finchum. I'm with Oklahoma State, and today I'm in Wewoka, Oklahoma, to speak with Dewey Muirhead, and this is part of our Spotlight in Oklahoma. So thank you for letting me come again today.
Yep.
And let's set the stage. You were born in 1922, correct?
22.
In Hughes County.
Hughes County in the cornfield. Had to prop the old house up, keep it from falling over.
Well, tell us a little bit more about that.
Mama had me and they didn't think I'd live. Had the yaller janders. My little granny went down the field and took a knife and peeled barks off a peach tree and brought it up and boiled it and sat up all night giving me that. What do you call it?
I would call it tea, I guess.
Yeah, tea. All night.
And it worked.
Yeah, 96.
How did she know to do that?
That's all they know. They didn't go to the doctor.
Home remedies?
Yeah, old home remedies. My mother could stop blood. If your nose was bleeding or get anything cut, she could stop it.
Ask him how.
How?
I don't know. She'd go in a room. All she had to know your name, how old you was.
Read something in the Bible.
She read something in the Bible.
She'd go in there and stop that blood. As people would come, had horses and stuff, and get cut or something, bleeding to death, she'd stop it. Why? She couldn't tell me how to do it, but she could tell. She could tell.
She could have told Tommy.
Yeah.
She couldn't told me.
Not a woman. She couldn't tell a woman.
Why not?
'Cause I don't know what it was.
And I don't know if anybody ever found out. She read a scripture in the Bible.
Yeah, it's something in the Bible.
Well, what were some other things she would do to treat things?
Yeah, that's about all. Cook and stuff like that.
If you had a stomach ache, did she do anything in particular?
No.
Let's get back black draw. Like after all.
She just, we didn't go to the doctor. Mama had me there in that old house. She didn't have no air conditioner, no fan, no ice water, no nothing.
And this was July.
Had an old straw bed made out of straw, bales of hay. Made a tick and put that in there and you slept on it. That's what we had, so.
I didn't even know it.
Well, were your brothers and sisters born at home too?
Yeah.
Were they?
Yeah, all of them was. 8 of us.
Wow. And you said your dad was a farmer?
Yeah, a farmer.
What did he raise?
Oh, corn, cotton, high gears and stuff like that.
And what would be some of your chores around the house?
Oh, Lordy, anything they could get me to do.
Did you have to milk a cow?
Oh, yeah. Had to milk cows, yeah. I could do about anything. You know, we had to go to the field and work.
Here's his picture.
We go to school and we come in. We change clothes, pull them good clothes off, put them patched clothes on.
This is David Earl, that's his daddy.
And go and pull weeds or grass or something to feed the hogs with.
Where would you go to school?
Little school out there and call it Lone Oak.
Lone Oak.
Before it was Lone Oak, they called it Scratch Gravel. scratch grower. In 1934, we moved to Missouri,
Okay.
right close to the Mississippi River. We stayed down there 1 year.
So you were 10, you were about 10 years old then?
Somewhere in there.
And you went to school there?
There in Missouri, went to school down there and had 3 books.
Thank you.
I tore the leaf out of one of them, and one of them little old gals, they went and told on me. And she put me over that seat and she tanned my butt. I said, sister, you won't never do that again.
And I bet you never tore a page out of a book again
I
either.
didn't go back to school. I
Because
I told her, I said, you won't do that again.
that was the reason you quit?
Yep. Yep.
So 10 years old, you would have been about 3rd grade, 4th grade?
Yeah, somewhere
in
in there.
there. Oh,
Yep.
and then did you move back to Oklahoma
Yeah,
at that
moved
point?
back to Oklahoma. In an old 35, my brother sent a pickup down there and got us. Little bitty 35 Chevrolet pickup. The old bed wasn't that long. Mom and Daddy and me and my 2 sisters rode in the back of it. Had a little old tarp over it.
How long did it take you to get back?
Oh shoot, ain't no telling.
I mean, more than a day?
Yeah.
Had to spend the
yeah.
night somewhere?
On the side of the road if we did.
Were you coming back to work on the farm again, or did you
Yeah,
do something
yeah,
else?
moved back. Went back on the farm.
Did you go to school when you came back here?
Very little. I had to help in the field and all that.
Well, had you learned how to read and do math by that point? No? So when did you learn to read?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't need it.
You need a little bit.
I made it.
You sure did.
Yeah, I made it. I was smarter than some of them was.
So once you came back to Oklahoma, talk about that time period a little bit. Where did you live and
Yeah,
what were you doing?
we lived 14 miles north of Holdenville on the Broadway of America.
I'm not sure what that is.
That sign he had over there, that's the name of the road.
And it went through Holdenville or close to Holdenville?
Yeah, it come out of Holdenville and went north. I don't know how far it went.
Yeah, do you know where it started?
No, as far as I know, it started from Holdenville now.
Okay, we'll have to look it up.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Highway 48. That's what they call Broadway.
And did you work some up until you were 16 or 17 or what?
I forget when I went to CC camp.
Junk mail, huh?
Oh, Joe.
That was in about 38.
So,
38.
16, you'd be about 16 then.
Yeah.
How did you know to sign up for the CC camp?
Well, the WPA is the same as the WPA, and went to Holdenville and signed up. Went to Colorado. Sick, boy, you know, off that old train, that dust was blowing. A lot of them didn't stay, boy, they come back home. I had to stay.
Why?
Well, I owed my sister a little money, get me out of jail.
What were you doing in jail?
Racing in the car, they threw me in. Yeah, we landed up there. Oh, it was bad. It's just like the Army base. The base where you stayed is just like the Army.
Oh.
You go out and work. Do the rocks on them big levees out there. Lakes, you know, big rocks, doodle them.
Well, they sent you to Colorado instead of staying in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Did you get to choose, or did they just say you're
No,
going
that's
here?
where they sent me. I stayed up there 6 months. You sign up for 6 months.
Do they pick you, or was it a competitive process, or just if you signed up, you got to go?
Yeah. And stayed up there 6 months.
How much did you get paid?
$30 room and board a month.
And how much of that did you send back?
I don't remember. Not too much of it.
Well, if you worked during the day, what did they do? What did you do during your free time in camp?
Oh, there's a little old town there. Go to town, mess around a little bit, and about all. Yeah, there's a lot of them boys went up there, man, I'll tell you. They didn't go to camp, then they come back home.
One's from Oklahoma. Any of your buddies go with you?
Maybe one. About all. And
You don't wanna look at that.
I come back home, had enough saved up to trade cars, an old Model A car. And I signed up again a little later on. And for the CC camp, went up here at Chakota, Oklahoma. I got up there and I was a cook. Boy, I'm a good cook.
Did you know how to cook before that?
Not really. I could cook. Oh, I could cook. I can beat her. I learned her how to. She could boil water when I married her.
Well, what were they doing at Chakota? What was that
Oh, they
camp
was
for?
planting grass and digging out springs, you know, water come up, clean them out. And I stayed in the mess hall. Well, cooked, eat all I wanted to.
Did they supply clothing?
Oh, yeah.
You had a uniform?
Yeah, they furnished the clothes. And old blue clothes. You come out of them mountains down on them levees, doodle them rocks, you'd just be salty. Your clothes would just be salt, sweating.
And did you wash them, or did they have someone in camp do it?
We had to wash them.
Did you?
Yeah, rub board.
Rub board.
Well, I could use one of them rub boards. When I landed in Europe, I had a rub board on the back of my field pack. Yeah, I had that old rub board. I don't know what happened to it.
Huh. So you must have had more than one uniform if you could wash one and it dry and wear another one. So you may have had a couple.
Yeah, we had 2 or 3 of them. Yeah.
So you rode the train out to Colorado
Yeah.
and then rode it back.
Yeah. Yeah, they paid their way.
They paid your way. And then from here back to Chakota, how did you get there?
Hitchhiking.
Hitchhike.
Get out there and try, you know, there's a lot you could ride.
So you would have been about 17?
Yeah,
18
somewhere in there.
The second time around?
Somewhere in there. 18 or 19. Yeah, I wasn't army in 19. 20.
Did you stay the whole 6 months at the second
No.
time? No.
They started marching me for World War II.
What is that? Is that at the bottom?
I decided I'd go home. I went
I'm
home.
just gonna look in it.
And you could choose, once you signed up, you could leave anytime you wanted to?
Go over the hill, they called it. Yeah.
Crap away.
Golly.
Well, so then you came back to Wewoka
Yeah.
at that point? Okay, then what?
Worked on people needed hands, you know, on the farm. Worked for them for $1 a day. Digging post holes.
Fences.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Wow.
And then you met Inez about around in that time period somewhere.
See, yeah. I come out of the CC camp and yeah, an old boy told me about her. Said she's a pretty little old blonde. Said you ought to get acquainted with her. And I bought her a pie at a pie supper. And it just led on. I didn't want to marry her, but she just kept twisting my arm.
I didn't do none of that.
How much did you pay for the pie?
Huh?
How much did you pay for the pie?
About a quarter, I imagine. 25 cents or 50 cents.
Did you know it was hers when you bought it?
Yeah.
You did?
She didn't make it. Her mama made it.
No, well,
She couldn't make a pie.
my sister made it.
And did she have to help you eat it?
Oh yeah.
That was part of the thing
Yeah,
that
she ate a whole lot of it.
And then what was the second time you saw her?
Oh, she wanted to marry.
Not that soon.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, she couldn't wait.
Just after one pie, she's ready to get married.
Oh yeah, that girl was ready.
You must have been making some moves.
Huh?
You must have been making some moves.
Yeah, he'd like to.
Said you were ready too.
Not really. I had to go to work. She got married.
Yeah, those two kind of go together, don't they?
Well, when we got married, I drove the sack, and she'd pick cotton and put in the sack.
Find it.
Hmm.
That's how poor we was. During the Depression, oh golly, you ain't seen nothing. People talk about being poor now. Golly, it's their fault. I didn't have no schooling, nothing, but I could work. And I worked too. I didn't get off on Thanksgiving, Christmas, or
He
nothing.
never did hurt his.
Worked on them old drilling rigs.
So when you first got married, then you were living here in Wewoka, and you were picking cotton
Living with my mother and dad and her mother and dad.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Had they approved of the marriage?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't like me. I was a rounder.
Well, you'd been in jail, I guess,
Yeah,
if they knew that.
Hell around, I don't know. Then got turned out. When it's all over and everything, I was the best son-in-law they had.
Well, there you go.
They loved me because they did her. Yeah, they.
Well, then at what point were you drafted or did you volunteer to go to?
They drafted me.
They drafted you. That was within 3 or 4 months of when you got married.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty quick, pretty
yeah,
soon.
3 or 4 months.
This is the picture.
And
Yeah.
and where did you leave from? Where did you leave from
New York.
This was posted.
New York?
Oh, you mean,
My hero was.
when you went into the war, military?
Yeah, I lived out there.
And I'll show you what's on it.
Went out of Holdenville.
Okay. To
Went
California.
went out there to Lawton. From Lawton right back through here and went to Georgia. Took some basic training in Georgia. Robbinsville, Augusta, Georgia. Then Augusta, Georgia, they were playing the bugle over yonder, over yonder. I didn't even get to come home on a furlough. This outfit had done had their furloughs ready to go overseas. They come in our barracks and they had to have 15 men, and I was one of them, and I didn't get to come home.
They just picked 15 or?
Yeah, picked 15.
Huh.
We shipped right out
And where did you ship to?
to New York
And then,
from Camp Shanks. Chow line about a mile long. There's so many men up there.
so then go ahead and tell us about your service. Where did you go from when you shipped overseas? Where did you go and tell us a little bit about that?
We landed in Scotland. Was on Queen Elizabeth. It was so big. We had to land out in the ocean. Then they come in with little boats and took us to shore. We stayed around there just all over. Just bad.
Bad. What was your job?
Well, we first guarded the plane, the 8th Air Force. Guarded planes and all that, you know, guard all them. Then June the 6th, 44, we made Normandy. Yeah, made all that over.
And you were in the Army, right?
I was in the Air Force first.
Air Force, okay.
The first.
Were you a pilot? I mean, did you
No.
learn to fly?
No, I rode right in front of a B-17, and that Battle of the Bulls over. People laying down there, young boys, hollering for help. You couldn't get in there to get them. And tanks and trucks running over and mashing them, blood running in the ocean. Yeah, you see them messing their life.
No.
It was bad.
Well, that was about the time too, was USOs coming over, the entertainers, did celebrities and such come over? Like Bob Hope and
No, I never did see him.
Clark Gable or whoever?
You saw Clark Gable.
Yeah, Clark Gable was a pilot. He was a navigator and co-pilot on a B-17.
And you saw him?
Oh yeah, he's there on the base there. He was a good guy. Yeah, he was a nice old guy.
What would the group, when you do for like at Christmas time, holidays, anything in particular? No?
That's all over.
That was about the time they came up, Bing Crosby came up out with that song, I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Yeah, I guess that was. I remember that song.
About that time period.
Yeah. I was over 2.5 years.
Without coming back home?
Yeah.
Without coming back?
You hit something.
Before I took my training and didn't get to go home.
So you missed your first and second anniversary.
Yeah, well, she'd come and follow me up and down before she could. But 2.5 years, sometimes you wonder, what am I doing over here? You've been over there so long in that junk. Golly.
But you couldn't leave.
Oh no.
You couldn't leave.
I've seen boys pull their clothes off and burn them.
from lice or something?
No, go crazy, bit over
Oh,
or
go
something. Yeah.
Well, did you have to come like on sick leave or anything like that?
No,
No,
no.
didn't have any injuries or anything while you were there?
Mm.
Well, how did you get back to the States?
On Queen Elizabeth.
You went over and back on the same one?
I was dreading that trip back. Sick, golly. Oh, you got sick, golly.
Rough
Coming
waters.
back, you could buy Hershey's boxes, a whole box. Everybody, I think, bought a box. God, sick.
How long did it take to cross the ocean?
I don't know, 7 or 8, 10 days.
Long time.
At Queen Elizabeth, we could kick it right on. We passed a lot of convoys going over. We was out there, Queen Elizabeth had to dodge and go 50 miles out of the way. And, it come over the speaker that German had sunken so many soldiers was on Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, the propaganda.
Yeah.
Golly. Yeah, it was bad.
How far down in the ship were you for your bunk?
You didn't have no bunk.
You
You
didn't?
just slept on the floor.
Really?
There was 15,000 of us on there.
And no one had a bed?
Some of them had beds. We just throw our duffel bag down and use it for a pillar on the floor. Oh, they just scattered everywhere. And we were supposed to got American food, but we didn't. We got British food, mutton and fried tomatoes. That helped a lot.
Well, fried tomatoes are okay. I don't know about mutton.
Sand.
But
Oh.
you didn't cook it.
No, they do the
She and
cooking.
Sarver.
I was thinking since you had cooked in the CC camp
No.
that they might have had you cooking
No,
there.
no, I didn't do a bit in the army.
That's it.
Were you artillery or
No,
no? So when you came back, did you land in New York?
yeah.
Came back to New York?
Landed in and pulled in there and boy, I'll tell you, them boys throwing their bags and everything in the water right up there the highway. We pulled in there. They throwing away everything they had in the ocean, and so we got off of there
Did
and
you read it all? Huh?
got on trucks, I believe,
Or did you get Lynn's?
and went down to Camp Cameron, New Jersey. We went down there and they kept us and fed us they fed us steak and milk and all that good stuff. Yeah, it was good. Then a day or two, we boarded the train and come to Camp Chaffee, Arkansas.
Getting closer.
Camp Chaffee, Arkansas. They give us 30 days sick leave. After that 30 days sick leave it up, we reported back to Camp Chaffee from out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, on their way to Japan when they dropped that atomic bomb. I was up there pretty close. We got to turn around and come back.
That was a happy day.
Ooh, old Truman was mean, that president. You heard about him, ain't you?
Yeah.
Oh, man, he was rough. He dropped 2 of them bombs on him.
Yeah, but it was a good day for you. You got to come back. You didn't have to go again.
We come from there down to Amarillo, Texas. pulled duty there for a while till we got discharged and come home. Then I went to work in the oil field.
So you went in like October of 42 and then stayed until 44, 45?
October the 13th, 45, I believe it was.
45, okay.
45, I believe.
Well, when you pulled into the harbor in New York, did you see the statue?
Oh, yeah. I seen her when I left and seen her when I come in. We was all waving at her. Yeah, we seen her when we was leaving out, and old boy said, "Oh, we're moving." Looked out of that porthole. Our old Liberty. We didn't know where we was going, what we was gonna do, or nothing.
Well, and when you got back, did they tell you you were getting close to the States and you could go up on deck?
Nah. I pulled duty right up on top of there. Boy, it was big. That ship was big. Golly.
15,000 people, huh?
Yeah. All the time big as Wewoka. Golly. They had this boy big. Yeah, I had
Where is that uniform?
pretty good. It was
Well, you were paid during that entire time, weren't you?
$21.
A month?
$21 a month.
A month.
Yeah.
And did you send some of that
Yeah,
back or that?
yeah, that's the
Get it out.
biggest part of it to her.
I know where it's at. I can get it. You go with me.
Was there in Amarillo, and she'd had enough saved up. We bought a 40 model Chevrolet.
Well, $21 a month, that's, did you buy cigarettes? Were you a smoker?
They went with nickel package.
You did you smoke though?
Yeah.
Did you? But you quit later?
Oh, yeah, I quit 25, 30 years ago.
Okay.
I wouldn't been living.
Okay.
Good. Yeah. No, I wouldn't been living.
Smoking was just something they did though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you bought your car and came back to Oklahoma?
Yep. Landed here. And we decided we'd go to California. In 46, she had 2 sisters living out there. Oh, they were so happy because we'd come out there. They got me a job. I went out and worked that morning and I come in. I told her, I said, you better get your drawers and that suitcase. I'm going back to Oklahoma. They still owe me for half a day. But we left there. I didn't like it.
Didn't like the work or just didn't like?
Didn't like California. I come back and worked on rigs, drilling rigs.
Did they call you Okie while you were out there?
No,
No, weren't there long enough.
no, I didn't give them time.
Well, you drove back. You drove
Yeah.
out and you drove back.
Yeah, on the old Route 66. Yeah, that old road.
And that was before air conditioning and heaters and that sort of thing in your car. You didn't have air conditioning or heating in your cars.
No. Coming back, I didn't shut that motor down until I got into Wewoka, and she laid back there in the back and slept.
Have any flat tires along the way?
Didn't have a bit.
Oh, you got lucky. So how did you come to work in the oil field? How did that come about?
Well, I just got a room down there and I knowed some guys, and they got me on doing this and that, and then I went to work on a rig. I worked on rigs, rough naked. Then I went went to drilling, then from there pushing tubes.
I don't know what all of those are, so you have to back up and
Yeah,
explain
they-
a little more.
Didn't have no schooling or nothing. I worked way on up there. Some of them had high school and everything.
So what would a roughneck do?
Well, you worked on the floor and done all the work. Anything to do around, on the rig.
Was it dangerous?
Oh yeah, I got killed twice. I was in the dirt in 47. I was up there, was coming out of the hole, pulling the pipe out. And I was wondering, what would I do if he pulled this dirt in? The 15th one they pulled in, he pulled into the crown and cut that H line into, and something told me to get out of there. And I got off that board, got my belt, and got over on the side of the derrick and hugged that derrick. Where I was standing, them blocks hit that and mashed that all down and killed a driller.
You had good instincts that day,
She went to get her.
Yeah,
or someone watching over you.
yeah. Something told me, get out of there and get over on that derrick. If I hadn't, it would mash me all to pieces.
Well, what's the difference between roughneck and wildcatting?
Wildcatting.
Isn't there something, isn't wildcatting doing with drilling? Okay, I don't know, I don't know.
Yeah, wildcat, what do you call that wildcat?
And just go out and drill anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. $40-some years.
And how many times did you have to move following the drills?
Oh, from 2 weeks to a week, and months. Well, I worked back in the eastern part on natural gas and air. We drilled with air and gas. It was dangerous. Had a pipe going way out there. When you get in the sand, you hit that sand go boom. And you had a torch out there to light it up. When you're drilling, and you drill in the sand, that fire burning out there, it looked like lightning bugs hitting it.
Did it have an odor?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Dave, we drilled in some high-powered gas. Boy, you had to be rigged up. If you didn't, it'd be dangerous.
Well, did you live in a camp, an oil field camp?
No, we drove back and forth.
Drove back.
Yeah. Let's see, I got wound up in the cat head one time. I got silver plates here and a silver plate there. And something else I got. Oh, it's dangerous.
Were you with the same company?
Yeah, I worked for one outfit 25 years.
What was its name?
Creighton Drilling Company out of Tulsa.
And were you in Oklahoma most of the time?
Yeah, Kansas, Arkansas, just.
And you retired from that line of work when you were
Yeah.
65 or what?
Yeah, I believe it was in '85. I hurt my back and I had it operated on. It was in '85, I believe. Then I decided I was gonna quit and draw my Social Security.
And that worked out okay.
Yeah,
So to get onto to do the oil field work, it was a buddy that got you your first job with the oil field? It was a buddy, a friend
yeah,
that got you
yeah.
got your foot in the door, so to speak?
Yeah, yeah,
Did he work with you along the way?
yeah,
He stayed too? Was he from Wewoka?
yeah, yeah. They're all dead. Everybody I worked with, they're all dead.
Oh, you have to make up for them, I guess,
Yeah.
huh?
I'm going over to Holdenville Saturday out in the park. All the veterans gonna be over there and see what they're gonna do.
Are you a member of the VFW?
Yeah, lifetime member.
Yeah. Did you do that when you first got out, or was it later?
Oh, later, yeah. Our outfit went to Plunk here, VFW, and then DHV, what is that other lifetime member? What is it, Maryland? DHV?
What's that?
That other outfit I belong to, like the
All
VFW.
the disabled veterans,
Yeah.
Yeah,
just DAV, Disabled American Veterans.
lifetime member on that.
And have you been on an honor flight to DC?
I sure have.
You have.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, girl, I've been around.
That must have been pretty neat to do.
Oh, yeah, about 102 of us old guys. Some of them in wheelchairs and all that. We got on that plane, we got to Baltimore, Maryland, and we got off of there and went by buses. Got on there, was worrying about eating. There they come with sandwiches. Golly.
Started in 1926.
It took us quite a little while to get on over where we was going.
Go see the monument,
Interstate
Yeah.
40.
World War II monument.
Yeah, I've seen it. We had one day, that tour, leave out and come back at night. Got back in Oklahoma City about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, they was all proud to see us. Man, I hugged everybody I could. Didn't like coming back from overseas.
Did you know any of them before you went?
Shoot, no.
No?
Didn't know none. Well, me and this Indian here in Wewoka, we went together up there. He was no World War II. And
Were there very many women on the flight?
there wasn't any women.
It was men.
Yeah, just men. Might have been, pilot. I told that old pilot we got at Baltimore, Maryland, I said, boy, you sure good pilot, letting that old baby over here. Oh, we had time.
So you hugged them like you did when you got back here.
Yeah, shoot, yeah. Let them think we've been gone for 100 days.
All right, we've covered a lot of your work. Let's talk about your playtime. What were you doing collecting as a hobby during the years?
I collect anything but women.
I'm glad you said that.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cars,
Yeah.
your cars, you were,
Cars,
you showed cars.
my show cars, I had a bunch of them.
Did you have a favorite?
Yeah, I wish I'd have kept it. It was a pace car. 69 Camaro. I had Z28s.
Pretty good sword.
You know what them is?
I do. Yeah.
I had one in just a mint condition. And Camaro RSS's, nah, Chevelle 396 70 model, had a 68 Shelby. You know what they were?
I know, yeah.
I seen one sell on TV at 120,000. Model A's, I had Model A's and I don't know what all. I had a bunch of them.
Would you show them?
Oh yeah,
Show them?
oh yeah. I'd bring them to show for bringing them trophies home when I went. Well, I had some good cars. With a 4th grade teacher now, see?
I know, yeah. It just, how did you manage to do all that on a 4th grade education?
They didn't have to have anything.
Work hard.
Yeah,
And a little bit of luck.
yeah. You didn't have to have no education, trade, or do nothing like that.
They kind of have to today.
Yeah,
Things have changed a little bit.
yeah. You gotta know, you know how to change money and stuff. And
You made your deals with a handshake?
yeah, yeah. I've had a lot of fun. A lot of them come and want to buy something they know. They probably had a college education. Now you got to them. Yeah, there's some people out there, I'll tell you.
There are.
I've had them come from Denton, Texas and all down there, and they'd bring a trailer with them. That's a dead giveaway. Then they'd try to Jew me down buying them. I said, no, I don't know, boy, you come to get it. No, I said, well, if y'all ain't gonna buy it, I just started and put it in the garage. Well, would you let us see it one more time? I said, yeah, I'll let you see it one more time. I'll back her out. Yeah, they buy it. You could read their mind. Goodness, love.
He worked with the, Wewoka has sorghum day, and he worked, how many years did you have?
43 years.
Have we had it that long?
Yeah. 40 or 43 years.
He helped with the car show, so a lot of people know him, and
Man, you ought to come down here on Sorghum Day. Oh, man. Have you been down with Wewoka?
No.
Boy, what about a golly, one end to other end.
I drove through town today, saw the movie theater on one end and
Yeah.
church, I guess, on the other end.
Man alive, I'll tell you, I never seen like the people in my life. Benders all up and down the street.
They still do that?
Yeah, every
Do they?
year.
What
Had
time?
had about 130 something cars,
Wow.
old cars. Did you ever have an old car? What's
Just
the
a,
matter?
just a 67 Volkswagen.
I've had them.
I couldn't drive it, so I gave it up. Couldn't change gears.
Oh, I had some good ones.
My dad had a 57
Yeah,
Volkswagen.
I've had them.
And where the gas pedal was a
Yeah.
wheel.
That little girl right there, boy, she could use a 4-speed. Her and her brother used to have drag races out. And she'd go out there and she'd count one, she'd count two, she'd leave and, and then her brother would get so mad, wouldn't he?
then he'd go to town and act up, and then
Yeah.
come home, park the car, and I'd get in it and go back to town. They'd stop me
Yeah.
because of something he'd done at that speeding or whatever.
Yeah, she'd bugger on them shifting them 4-speeds and driving them cars.
I tried, I just couldn't do it.
We'd go out here and, park, man, Inez go out there and watch them drag, come through.
Didn't have to bail her out of jail though, did you?
No,
No.
no.
We almost did one time.
No, when I got in jail, we was racing south of town, running cars. This highway patrolman, he's driving about a 39 Ford or something. And he pulled right in front of me, and them old mechanical brakes, they wasn't no good. And I bumped into him. Them other guys, they had money in there, so they threw me in jail.
You just stay overnight?
I don't know if I did or not.
Is more to teach you a lesson than,
No, I didn't.
no?
My sister come and got me out. That's the reason why I'd go to CC camp, pay her back. Oh, Lordy.
Well, you didn't win the race.
Nah.
You didn't win the race?
There's another car behind us. I was in the head of them. About a day or two and looking under the seat, and there was a pint of corn whiskey on that seat. I didn't know it was under there. If he'd looked in it, I didn't know it was in there. I don't know how come it in there.
Don't know whose it was?
Mm-mm.
Somebody trying to get you in trouble.
Yeah, I used to be a honky-tonk man. You know what a honky-tonk is?
It's a dance place, isn't
Yeah.
it? Beer joint.
Have you been there?
No.
You never did go dancing?
I don't have any rhythm.
Well, you ought to.
Get you some of that corn whiskey you would have.
Can you dance?
Just a little bit of clogging.
God.
Clogging.
I'd dance all night long. Come in. Daddy'd have the mule ready to go into the field to work. Mama would have that hot biscuits and ham and gravy. I'd say, oh, I'm going to bed tonight. When I come in and drink some of that old buttermilk, I was ready to go.
That's before he knew me.
What'd you do?
I said that was before you knew me.
What'd she do?
That's
She said that was before you knew her.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about her.
And your mother made good biscuits?
Oh yeah. She'd call me wanting me to come over and eat. She'd make them old biscuits and she'd fry a pound of bacon. She'd put that biscuit in a bowl and put a rag on top of it. Every time I'd take a bite, she'd reach in there and put one on my, and the bacon the same way. Oh, she was a dandy.
She thought you were too skinny, huh?
Yeah, oh, she loved everybody.
So did you smoke your own?
Uh,
Did you have a smokehouse for
yeah,
your?
yeah, we had a smokehouse. When I come home from overseas, Mama had a ham in the smokehouse, saving it for me. And the dog got in there a day or two before and got the ham. Yeah, that's true.
She didn't hurt the dog, did she?
I don't know what she done with it. Oh, Lord.
Did your brothers have to go to war too?
Nope, I was the only one.
You're the only one.
He smoked Lucky Strike cigarettes and Dentine gum.
Yeah. I used to ride a horse to a little grocery store. Mama'd give me an egg to get it, and she'd give me an egg to get me a piece of candy. This little old store there, she chewed tobacco.
To get her some tobacco.
Yeah, she'd give me an extra egg to get me a piece of candy.
And you had to not break them before you got there.
That
No,
was my
golly,
mother for you.
no.
When'd you get the monkey?
Huh?
Tell them how you got a monkey.
You got a monkey. You used to have a monkey.
Yeah, I had a monkey too. I'd go through the house and that monkey jumping everywhere after Inez and all that. I think it's right there in that picture, Marilyn.
Which picture?
There's a picture right there.
How did you get a monkey?
See what
How
a
did you?
guy gave to me. That's a monkey there, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
There he is.
But I mean, what, a guy was just coming through town and had a
No,
monkey?
I knowed him and he gave him to me.
Well, how had he got it?
I don't know.
Circus or something?
Who is that with the monkey? Is that
That's
Grandpa?
Ted, ain't it? Let's see.
Is that the man that owned the monkey?
No.
What
Oh,
was-
that's Daddy.
Yeah.
That's Daddy.
What was the monkey's name?
Maggie.
Maggie. It
Yeah,
was a
look
female.
at her.
She a big monkey, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Was she mean?
Yeah, she'd bite you if you didn't want. Mama'd be out there on the shade tree. And that monkey'd get right up by her legs. She told Mama wouldn't hurt her.
Looks like she's on a leash of some kind.
Huh?
You had her on a leash?
Yeah.
What happened to her?
Yeah, what happened to
I
her?
think she took pneumonia and died.
How long did you have her?
Oh, a long time.
What would you feed her?
Shoot, I forgot. Anything we eat, I guess.
Did she sleep with you?
No.
No. Where'd she sleep?
Huh?
Where did she sleep?
He had a cage.
Oh,
That's Kirby's up here.
yeah.
His daddy gave it to me.
Oh, did.
I was scared to death of that monkey.
And that would have been about what time?
You
What?
put it in her, did you start
Oh,
jumping?
golly. I wasn't 38,
What's that?
36, 37, 38, somewhere in there.
You about 12 years old, 16?
Yeah, she's old.
No, you.
Oh, yeah.
How old were you when
I
you?
can't remember.
Well, you remember you had her whenever we got married, 'cause you brought
Yeah,
her
yeah.
in there and she jumped from one person to the other.
Did she ever bite you?
No, I was
No.
scared to death of her.
Did she go to California with you?
No, no,
No?
no, they stayed out there with Mama and Daddy.
Huh. Maggie.
Yeah, Maggie.
What was Grandpa's mules' names?
Kate and Jude.
Kate and Jude.
You didn't think I remember that, did you?
I couldn't remember. I knew you told me, but his mules that he worked with.
Kate and Jude.
Two females?
Uh-huh.
Two females?
They was real good mules. Old Holmville, they was pulling
Daddy had red mules.
trucks, weight. They would, people had them big horses and stuff over there. That brother got killed. You didn't hit them with nothing. You just say, they'd get out there and sit, and they pulled out every time. Them others, the harness had come off and trying to pull it. Boy, they was the mules. Oh.
A little bit before tractors, huh?
Yeah, we never did have tractors.
Did your dad have a tractor before he finished farming?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Well, when you got out of the service, you use a GI Bill because you
Yeah,
did
I bought a house.
you
with
bought a
it.
house, okay.
Bought a house and lived in there a while and sold it and moved to Cleveland, Oklahoma. Stayed up in there a while and then had a two-wheel trailer and had her and her brother had a 56 Ford. Pulling that trailer, we come out of Caldwell, Kansas. Snow. I put chains on when we left Caldwell, Kansas. Up there in an old motel, and them cockroaches are about that long, and they just have a ball at night, don't they?
Gosh.
Had a cat, a dog,
Oh,
Bird.
and we was coming on there, and they just kids. And had a dog and a bird, and that bird he'd sing, and that dog.
He'd pant. Poochie, get right
Then
behind him.
they'd bawl or do something. They trying to get up to Hominy, Oklahoma.
yeah.
What was in Hominy?
That's where I was gonna work.
An oil field there?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, what else you want?
Yeah, that was bad.
Do you remember the first when they walked on the moon in 1969?
Yeah,
Do you?
yeah. 69.
Yeah.
Sure do.
Watched it on TV or what?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's been about 50 years ago.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Ain't that something?
Mm-hmm.
Golly.
What has been the biggest invention from your standpoint?
What do you mean?
The most, things that have improved or changed in over your lifetime. What's been the biggest invention? Besides the cell phone, we're not going to count the cell phone. Computers or
Yeah, all
rubber
of
tires
them.
or what?
All of them.
All of them.
Cars.
Cars. Yeah, and cars.
But now they're too complicated, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Computerized, too much. You couldn't work on a new one.
No, you can't work on them. Them others, I could work on them. Ooh. First car I bought, I give $21 for it. No Model A.
Building a fence over there.
Give $21 for it, I believe.
I think you told her that the last time.
Drove that thing and drove it.
And the roads weren't too good back in those days
No,
either.
no.
It never will be another place like
That number 9 was all gravel.
Sometime
Remember a lot more things
When
happened
we
there
got
than they did
married.
anywhere, I guess.
Well, and I-40 didn't come into quite a few years. And I-40 was a lot later. A
Yeah,
lot
yeah, I've
later.
been down that I-40. We was going down there one time and they was working on wasn't no bridge there. We put big boards across there and drove our car across it. Yeah, way down there.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow.
Got pictures of them.
The biggest invention,
What thing?
So
microwave.
television was one of the things that
Yeah.
came along.
We had one, that little bitty TV. Oh yeah,
Microwave.
microwave.
Crock pots. He
Uh,
likes his crock pots.
yeah, crock pot.
Do you use yours? Do you have one?
Crock pot?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got 3 or 4 of them.
And you use them?
Oh yeah, I cook. Cooked a big dinner Sunday, wasn't it? I made the best. I wish you'd been here and had your bowl. You'd want to take some of it home with you.
What did you make?
Well, I put potatoes, 4 or 5 onions, rice, chicken
Chicken and
dumplings,
hominy.
hominy, and peas, and a big sack of chicken. Put it in there. I used chicken broth. It had everything in
Then we had cornbread.
Sounds good.
it.
Ask him about cornmeal dumplings. Not many people
Yeah.
know about cornmeal dumplings, but
I can make them
his mama made them.
cornmeal dumpling.
I've never heard of cornmeal.
Oh,
We
they're
had
better
them in
than
there
others.
during Depression.
Could
You
get-
ever have a ham bone, you
Left over.
tuck all the ham off of it,
Yep.
save a little bit, You got your cornmeal in a bowl, pull it apart and put it, mix it up in that cornmeal.
Little pieces of ham.
Then you get your water hot, boiling hot. And pour that scalding water on there and stir it. Take your spoon, get to about a spoonful. Don't make them big. They won't get done. Make them small. Take it
Squeeze 'em.
and mash it, whether it be small, about like that. Put them in that ham broth and cook it about an hour. God.
They're better than the other
You
kind.
cook that ham bone.
Yeah.
Oh, for the broth, for the
That's your
broth.
broth.
You bro. And if
Oh,
you
they
have any
are
of the
good.
juice,
And then that juice off of it, yeah, oh, put that on
yeah, they
them
put it up.
corn dog.
I said, we need to tell Jess to save it.
Not many people have had those.
No, I
They did.
haven't heard. I like
How
dumplings.
do you, can you make chicken dressing?
Yes,
How do you do yours?
with cornbread and celery and onions and broth and a little bit of sausage.
Sausage.
A chicken dumpling?
No, dressing.
Oh no, how you gonna make your dressing?
She's telling you.
Okay,
Cornbread, chicken broth or turkey,
yeah,
whichever.
chicken,
Peppers, not just a little bit of pepper. I do hot sausage
yeah,
and onions and celery
yeah.
Hmm.
I'll make it.
and,
put
and,
chicken or
and
turkey
egg,
in
of
it,
course.
Do you put chicken meat or turkey in it?
If I've got some, I'll do.
But
I
I usually
gotta-
just use the sausage.
Yeah.
I got a pan about that big, about that deep. Inez cooks the cornbread and put that old hen in there and get that broth. Next morning, take that old chicken out of there. You might have to add a little more chicken broth in it. Crumb
Make
that
it with
cornbread
drizzle on
all up in a
Make 'em put out
pan.
water.
Your onions and
I
celery.
don't know how many onions I got. I got one of them zip bags about that full, and the celery about that much. I put a lot of sage in it. Put the sage in that broth, stir it up. Then your onion, then your celery. Get that all going, get that boiling, and then put that cornbread in there and stir it. Oh.
Thanksgiving's just around the corner.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go out there and say Cheryl makes it.
His daughter-in-law.
She want me to come out there and show her.
Well, that sounds good. I just add a little bit of hot sausage with mine, just to give it a little zip.
Does it help?
That's what my mother always did, so that's
Yeah.
what I do.
Yeah.
Hot sauce.
Hot sausage.
Oh, hot
Then I
sauce.
put, then I put,
If it is-
I got that pan, I'll put it in the oven, leave the door open, put the top burner on, sit there and watch it till it gets brown. And I like to sample it.
Everybody has to sample if it comes.
Shoot,
You gotta get your spoonful of
I'd
it.
rather have that.
Time
than
I get full, I'm full.
And who taught you to do all of that? How did you learn how to do that?
Just picked it up.
Trial and error?
Yep.
Granny made it.
Yeah, my granny and my mama made it.
She could make real good rolls too.
How you gonna make it? You said you made chicken and dumplings.
I've never made chicken and
Oh,
dumplings.
see?
I do biscuit dough for my
Oh, no,
dumplings
No.
from scratch.
She's old.
Oh, you gotta have flour and water.
I know. That's all. That's about what you have to do for
Get
me.
that, roll that out, then roll it up in a little ball. You know, about that long.
Ain't no more.
Yeah.
The-
I'll try it that way next time.
There ain't no use cutting it out, just pull it off and throw it in there.
Yeah.
The way they used to do it, I've seen mother, she'd stretch that dough,
Yeah.
you know, when she
I
cut
had
it out in
chicken.
squares.
Yeah.
Then she'd stretch it and make it small, make it thin. And it would really be good.
Be a little tougher.
I had chicken dumplings today. Down there where I eat.
That you didn't make them.
No,
Well, your mother made cornbread dumplings. Did she not have flour?
don't need no flour.
But during the Depression, was flour hard to get?
No, they had free flour, free.
Commodities.
You had stamps that you bought it with.
You get about, 48 pounds or whatever, big sack of it.
A lot of people didn't use it, and they would give you the stamps, And you had to have stamps to buy flour and coffee and stuff like that with.
Sugar?
Was you raised on a farm?
No.
What'd you do? Nothing.
My grandmother lived up the hill. She did it.
Did she?
Yeah. She had a pig and a big garden.
Yeah.
And we canned
Oh, yeah.
and made kraut.
Oh, yeah.
And chow chow and all of that.
Oh, that kraut's good. Reach in that old churn and get your handful of it and
Yep.
eat it.
Yep.
We'd
Yeah.
go and pick up berries, blackberries and peaches and stuff. And then Mother, she'd cook, at breakfast time, she would cook biscuits and we'd put all that on top of our biscuit and eat it.
Sounds
It was
good too.
delicious.
Oh, I bet you was quite a gal when you was growing up, wasn't you?
No.
Was you pretty calm?
Yes, I'm the middle daughter. The two sisters were the wild ones. I kept my mouth zipped.
Did you
didn't.
date any?
In high school,
You did.
yeah. Not much. Too busy making grades.
Where did you go to school at?
I grew up in
Would
Tennessee,
you like to have
Tennessee.
in the hills.
Yeah, in the hill.
I'm a hillbilly.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to have one of those over there?
What's that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Smothered stuff in the bottom.
Yeah, I bet you was a wonderful little gal.
Makes us smile.
I've got.
I can tell by looking at you.
Well, thank you,
I don't know
but
if you've even
we'll
tried the
see.
steel bitty stuff.
I would have liked to have seen you on the dance floor.
I don't know if they
Man,
ever
I can
about the
dance.
steel bitty
How did you learn?
Just common horse sense.
thing.
Practice.
Didn't take no lesson.
Watch other people?
Yeah. And throw them through my legs and over my shoulder and kiss them goodbye. Me and my sister, we growed up on the farm. Every day, Bob Wills would come on at 12:30. And we'd jitter both got 30 minutes and then go to the field and work. Yeah, I could dance.
And she could too? Keep up with you?
Who, her?
Or your sister?
Oh, yeah, she was a good one.
Oh, Inez could keep up with you too, I guess.
You couldn't keep up with me, could you?
I didn't want to.
What'd you say?
She didn't want to.
I wasn't raised that.
Oh,
She was a nice child.
she was a nice
I
child.
was the baby. I didn't have to.
Every time I'd take her home for my date, her mother'd be on the porch. Get in this house. You couldn't hardly get a kiss.
That must have been where Mother learned it, because when Jim and I were dating, we'd pull up in the driveway, she'd
Oh,
do the porch
yeah.
light this way. Never even had
Marilyn,
time to get a kiss.
Marilyn come in late and she'd be there hitting her with a paper.
Made a good girl out
And
of
she
it.
turned out okay, didn't she?
Yeah, she made it. After 76 years, she finally come around.
That was my baby. I had to take care of him.
And we're still working on you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, we covered everything. Covered a lot that's on my list. Is there anything else? Oh, you wanted to talk about your Purple Heart?
No.
No. Just a little bit?
No,
No?
nothing about the Army.
Nothing about the Army. All right, we'll skip over that. We did the oil fields, moonwalk. If you could invite somebody for dinner, who would it be?
You,
Why?
'cause I like you. Ain't that good enough?
That's good enough, yes.
I believe in you, yeah. You're a wonderful lady.
There's no famous person you'd want to have it. No?
No.
No? All right.
We don't have to invite them when you say eat, they all come in.
Yeah,
Well, who cleans up the kitchen if you do the cooking?
I do.
You do that too,
I
huh?
wash the dishes, don't I?
Jim does. Jim does too.
He's taking them off the table before we get through, because he's always the first
that's
one to
right,
be
right
through.
down. I get up every morning, I go in there and I cook breakfast. Biscuits,
He told
eggs.
me I don't do nothing.
You
bacon,
got your say coming up.
all of that. Coffee. When I get through, I go over and wash the dishes. Pretty good hand.
Yeah.
Makes me
You're praying for your raising.
feel good.
All right, then my last question is, when history is written, what do you want it to say about you? How do you want to be remembered?
Oh, I don't know.
Think about it a minute.
I don't know. Do you?
What?
What I want to be?
I don't know. What would you like for it to say? How do you want people to remember Dewey?
How would that happen?
I don't know.
What?
They all know me
And as a
They're
good
trying to
cook,
save you insurance.
as a good cook,
He's a people person. He
Being
loves to
Being
visit, he loves
happy.
to talk.
meeting people.
Warranty insurance.
I know everybody.
Yeah.
It's
If I meet somebody and they go in and before I get out of there, I'll be shaking hands with some of them, talking to them.
so a friendly sort.
Yeah, I can get acquainted like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Always friendly.
Always friendly.
Yeah,
That's how you survive a long time.
I can get talking to anybody. I can come up to your
Every
town.
time
I'll have friends before I leave.
Well, I think the last time we were here, you said you were born with love in you.
Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where did it go?
It's still there, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I'm glad you shared some of it with me today. It's
yeah.
been, it's
I'm
been
glad
great.
I did.
All right, we'll close it off then. Oh, go ahead.
We have his uniform here. I didn't know if you wanted to see it or not.
We can look. Are you done?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say? No. Do you have a
Did you
favorite?
see my uniform?
Do you have a favorite song?
Oh yeah. What is it?
Ida Red.
Huh?
Ida Red.
Ida Red.
I don't know what that.
That's
don't
an
know that
old Hank
Bob Wills
Williams.
playing that field and then that steel guitar and all that. Oh woman, you ain't.
I'll have to look it up and listen to
Ooh,
it.
Bob Wills. God, in the mood. Faded love. Oh.
You were riding the
goodness.
car with it, you wouldn't want to know it.
Any hymns? Any
Oh
church
yeah,
hymns?
yeah, a few maybe, not many.
Not many.
Yeah, I used to sing to Inez when we didn't have a radio, and I'd sing to her.
What did you sing to her?
Oh, some sweet. She'd enjoyed it.
Will you do some for us?
No, I quit singing.
He changed his tune now.
When I reached 95, I quit singing.
Well, when you reach 100, you'll start again.
Yeah, I may start, I don't know.
You'll have to whistle Dixie or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I get 100, I'm gonna call you,
Okay.
or you call me.
I'll do it.
You won't do it.
I'll do it.
You better.
I'll come bring you a cake.
Ryder truck.
Well, I'm headed that way.
Yep. Your mother was 97, wasn't she?
8.
98?
My sister 104.
Well, then you're going to get there.
Yeah,
That's
I hope I do. I don't want to die. I want to live and meet people.
And cook.
Yeah.
He loves to celebrate the holidays and birthdays. We've had some good parties and
Yeah.
um,
We've had some good parties. She's had to give a lot of good out there.
Tell
There.
them about the Vietnamese. They was
oh, we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, you should have come, some of them.
Yeah. Your 78th anniversary then is
they
coming.
were good cooks.
77.
Would be coming.
Like
Oh,
have someone
Wedding
the next one. Next one. Yeah.
Chile,
77. I'll do my math. 77 years coming
Yeah,
up.
won't be long, about 7, 8 months.
We do I do the parade of boats out at Wewoka Lake. It's a July 4th festivity. Oh, and we dress him and Mom up. And they get in the boat and ride, and we have a big time.
Party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ought to get out and come down and enjoy life.
I know the way now.
Anytime if you ever down there and ain't got no place to stay all night, come over here. I got 2 empty beds, and I'll feed you too.
All right. Got you a
You
deal.
can have a bed anytime if you get down and get lost or something, or sick or something, holler.
All right. Will do.
I'll sure help you.
All right. Well,
If I don't, I'll have somebody do it.
all right. We're going to stop unless you want to say anything else.
No,
All right. Thank you.
thank you.